Welcome to the deep dive. Okay, so you've built this amazing new crypto project, but now comes the hard part, right? Getting those first clients, those initial users.
That first hurdle.
Exactly. And doing it without, pouring a ton of cash into advertising that might not even work. It's a classic Web3 challenge.
It really is. So many projects face this.
Today, we're diving into some smarter ways to get that traction. We're talking community, building real trust, providing genuine value.
The fundamentals, really.
Right. And hey, if you do need a quick boost for your social media visibility, just to get things rolling and build that initial trust layer, you could check out a service like rapidboost.net. Just throwing that out there.
Good point. Sometimes you need that little kickstart.
Yeah. So our mission today, give you some solid, actionable tactics to get those first crucial people interested in what you're building.
Let's do it. Because honestly, the stuff we looked at really pushes back against this idea that you have to spend big on ads early on.
Okay, so let's start there then. Why do traditional crypto ads often kind of fizzle out? It seems like the obvious first step for many.
Well, the crypto space is just different.
Yeah.
There's a lot of skepticism baked in. People have seen projects come and go.
Right, the hype cycles, the rug pulls, it breeds caution.
Exactly. So there's this massive ad fatigue.
Yeah.
People are really good at tuning out banner ads, sponsored posts. It's just noise to many.
And trust is paramount, isn't it? More so than in maybe other industries.
Absolutely critical. In Web3, your reputation, your transparency, that is your security for early users. You can't just buy that feeling of safety with an ad campaign.
So it's not just that people tune them out, but the clicks you do get might not be great.
Precisely. That's a huge issue. These crypto ad networks, they can drive traffic, sure, but often it's really low quality. We're talking bots, click farms, stuff that looks good on a spreadsheet maybe.
But doesn't translate into actual users or community members.
Not engaged ones, no. You end up burning cash for vanity metrics, essentially. It's like shouting into a crowded room where half the people aren't even real.
Okay, that makes sense. So the spray and pray approach just doesn't cut it. The sources we looked at contrasted that with something more grassroots.
Yeah, exactly. It's about precision. Finding the right people who actually have the problem your project solves and engaging with them where they already are, it's more sustainable, more impactful long term.
Which leads us nicely into the first big step then, crafting a really compelling value proposition.
Nailed it. If you can't clearly say what you do and why it matters, nothing else works.
So how do you build that magnetic quality?
It really boils down to first identifying and articulating a very specific problem. Not just, we make crypto easier,
Yeah.
but who is it easier for? What specific pain are you removing? And why now?
Like that crypto payroll example we saw.
Exactly. That was perfect. They didn't just say crypto payroll. They said, we save global remote teams 80% on transaction fees.
Right.
Boom.
Instantly clear. You know who it's for and what the big benefit is.
Right. That specificity is magnetic. Then you need messaging that resonates. Avoid the dense crypto jargon if you can.
I would definitely. Keep it accessible.
Try to create a really concise, like one-sentence summary, something catchy. The material suggested that platform A meets concept B for audience C framework, like a Patreon meets DeFi for creators.
That helps people get it quickly. It makes it relatable.
It does. And crucial, test that message. See if people understand it, if it sparks interest. Don't just assume it lands.
Makes sense. Get feedback early. And beyond the core message, what about the story, the trust element?
Hugely important. Aligning your brand story with trust, this means transparency.
How so?
Things like having clear team bios, real people, maybe links to LinkedIn or GitHub, making your code open source if possible, clear documentation.
Showing you have nothing to hide.
Exactly. And also sharing your why.
Yeah.
Why did you start this project?
Yeah.
What's the mission beyond just making money? That authenticity connects with people, especially early adopters in this space.
Okay, so value prop is sharp, trust signals are there. Where do you actually find these first potential clients without ads?
Right. Now you leverage existing communities. Forget just blasting on mainstream social media sometimes. The real crypto conversations, the deep engagement, it often happens on platforms like Discord, Reddit, Telegram.
Gotcha. More niche, dedicated spaces. How do you pinpoint the right ones?
You got to search strategically. Look for communities focused on your specific niche DeFi, NFTs, DAOs, layer 2s, whatever it is. Use keywords. Check out directories like discord.org for Discord servers.
And different user types hang out in different places.
Probably developers. We have specific Telegram channels, Stack Overflow. NFT artists could be certain Fedi instances or active Twitter spaces, Clubhouse rooms. You need to go where your ideal users are.
Okay, found the communities, now what? You can't just barge in selling, presumably.
Oh, definitely not. That's the quickest way to get ignored or kicked out.
Yeah.
The key is to add value first. Genuinely participate.
Be a member, not a marketer.
Exactly. Answer questions people have. Share useful resources you find. Offer insights based on your expertise. Do this consistently, without expecting anything back immediately.
Build that reputation as someone helpful.
Right. And naturally, people will start to get curious about what you do. Then, when the context is right, you can mention your project, and people will be much more receptive.
That makes sense. Build relationships first. What about offering beta invites? The sources mentioned that.
Yeah, that's a great tactic. Invite active, respected members of those communities, maybe power users, maybe even micro-influencers within that group to try out your beta.
What's the benefit there?
Twofold, really. One, you get incredibly valuable targeted feedback to make your project better. Two, if they like it, they can become your earliest, most authentic advocates. Their word carries weight in that community.
Turning users into evangelists. Okay, let's talk more about those micro-influencers. Why focus on them over, say, big crypto celebrities?
It often comes down to trust and relevance. Micro-influencers, let's say those with maybe 1,000 to 20,000 followers, often have a much more engaged and niche audience.
Their followers are there for a specific reason.
Exactly. And the connection feels more personal. A recommendation from them often feels more like a tip from a knowledgeable friend than a paid ad from a huge account blasting to millions. For a specific DeFi protocol, a nod from a respected DeFi trader with 5K followers can be way more valuable.
Quality over quantity in terms of audience reach. How do you find the right micro-influencers?
Look within your niche again. Who are the respected voices in the NFT art scene, or among Ethereum devs, or in the Solana ecosystem? Check their content. See if their values align with yours. Look at their engagement, not just follower count.
So comments, shares, real discussion.
Right. Tools like Hype Auditor can help check audience authenticity, but also just manual searching on Twitter, looking at relevant lists, seeing who consistently contributes value in your space.
Okay, identified a few good fits. How do you approach them? Just offer cash.
Probably not the best first move. Think collaboration, not just transaction. Offer them something of value to them.
Like what?
Early access to your platform, maybe exclusive features. Invite them for an AMA with your community. Offer to co-host a Twitter space on a topic they care about that also relates to your project.
Make it mutually beneficial.
Exactly. Like the Soulstarter example, they got traction by having influencers genuinely test the platform and share honest reviews. Authenticity wins.
That feels much more sustainable. Okay, another angle the sources mentioned was becoming an educator. How does teaching help get clients?
It's about building authority and attracting the right people. If you host, say, a webinar or a Twitter space on a common industry challenge, maybe how to navigate DeFi yield farming safely, or understanding layer 2 scaling solutions.
People interested in those topics will show up.
Right. Even if it's not directly selling your project, you're demonstrating expertise, providing value, and drawing in an audience that's likely facing the problems your project aims to solve. You build trust.
Become a go-to resource. What about things like hackathons?
Yeah, running code sprints, bug bounties, virtual hackathons. These get people actively using and engaging with your tech. Plus, you get development help and reward early contributors, maybe with tokens or NFTs. It builds community and improves the product.
And content creation, SEO.
Don't sleep on that either. Blog posts, Medium articles targeting keywords people are actually searching for, like best NFT launch checklist, or compare decentralized storage options.
Attract organic traffic.
Exactly. And you could repurpose content. Take that webinar recording, turn it into blog posts, short video clips for YouTube Shorts or TikTok. Meet people where they are with valuable info.
Smart. Okay, so you've got some early users through community and content. How do you turn that into growth? Referrals, viral loops?
Yes. Build in mechanisms to encourage sharing from day one. Offer incentives for referrals, maybe lower fees, access to premium features, exclusive NFTs, even simple swag can work.
Make it worthwhile for them to spread the word.
Absolutely. Look at Pool Together. They saw huge growth spikes from their referral bonus tickets. It works. Turn your users into your best advocates.
And gamification, making it fun.
Yeah, adding game elements can really boost engagement and sharing. Leaderboards for active users, maybe airdrops for hitting certain milestones, badges for sharing on social media.
Taps into that competitive spirit or desire for recognition.
Right. Make interacting with and sharing your project rewarding and kind of fun. Also, actively encourage and reward user-generated content. If users write blog posts or make videos about your project, showcase them. It's free marketing and powerful social proof.
Nice. Okay, last major strategy area, partnerships. How does teaming up help?
It's about synergy. Find other non-competing crypto projects that serve a similar audience. Maybe a DeFi tool partners with a wallet, or an NFT marketplace partners with a launchpad.
Leverage each other's communities.
Exactly. Reach out with win-win ideas. Hey, let's do a joint Twitter space talking about X, or let's offer a bundle deal to our users. You get access to their audience and they get access to yours.
And you benefit from their existing trust, right? The halo effect.
Precisely. That Chainalysis study mentioned showed projects with early collabs often grew faster. Partnering lends credibility and opens doors to new user segments who already trust your partner.
Okay, that's a lot of ground covered. If you had to boil it down, what are the key actions someone should focus on?
Okay, quick recap. 1, nail your value proposition and know your audience inside out. 2, get involved in the right communities. Genuinely add value. 3, educate your potential users, build authority. 4, build in ways for growth to happen organically, referrals, maybe some gamification. And 5, look for smart partnerships.
It really seems the common thread is moving away from just broadcasting and towards building real connections and offering tangible value.
That's the essence of it, especially in crypto. Early users aren't just customers. They're often looking to join a community, believe in a vision. They need that trust.
You can't fake that with a big ad spend.
Nope. Focus on building those genuine relationships, being transparent, consistently delivering value, and your early growth will be much stronger and more meaningful.
Really valuable insights. So for everyone listening, here's a thought to take away. Looking at all these strategies, community engagement, refining your message, partnerships, content, which one feels like it could give your project the biggest boost right now?
Yeah, pick one.
Pick that one action and maybe commit to taking the first step on it this week. See what happens. Thanks for joining us for this deep dive.